You are now listening to the Devy Boys Dynasty Report. You either win titles or you tank, and some of you aren't good at either.
Welcome to the Devy Boys Dynasty Report. I am your host, the Commissioner, Jeff. And I just want to introduce you to the podcast. It's going to be a weekly in-season podcast where we'll just update with anything going on in the league, any big news that might be happening. We'll talk Devy, we'll talk risers, we'll talk trades and hot topics. And every week we'll try to have a co-host. And today our co-host is Gabby, Team Vibe Check. It is not Giancarlo because he stinks. And his team name is Gianky Knows Football. But I think we can all agree he knows absolutely nothing about football. Gabby, any words to the people before we start?
What's going on? I'm super excited. This is the inaugural podcast.
That's right.
Listen, it only took us becoming fathers, growing up, and getting into our late 20s to finally achieve our dream of having a podcast.
Come on, and who knows? I read a story that the Fantasy Footballers podcast started as a league-only podcast, and then their friends wanted to hear and stuff. Who knows? We're just dreaming. But with that being said, let's get into the first segment, the Commissioner's Corner. This is just where I update you on what you need to know. And this week is an important week because it is trade deadline week. So that means all these garbage trades that people are sending out, this is your chance to either accept or deny them. And look, everything comes through the commissioner's ears, okay? I know about the offers Gabby sent Nico. I know about the offers Montana's sending people. And I know that Ruben is sending offers. And if he puts somebody on the trade block, I don't know. That's your prerogative to trust him or not. That's your prerogative. I don't think I'll be trading with him. Anyways, make sure that you're doing that. And a reminder, tanking is legal in the sense that if your team sucks, it sucks. It's okay to try to lose, but we will not have colluded trades. That means you're not trading your best player for nothing, and we will not purposely bench our best players. If you do that, there might be a vote to get you out of the league, and you ain't getting your $25 back. So does that mean no starting injured or buy people unless it's like life or death, which with all the injuries happening this year, we understand if that's life or death. Though I hate Giancarlo, he's doing a proper tank. His team is garbage, and he's starting the best possible lineup. So I can't be mad at him if he ends up with the first pick. So you could try to lose, but still field a real team. And listen, try to make some trades. Trades make it fun. And if a trade doesn't go down right now, we're just going to have to watch Nico and Montana battle it out for the championship with nothing fun happening. That is the Commissioner's Corner. Now, Gabby, now we get into the fun part, the Devy Dive, okay? We're going to talk about our Devy picks. Have you ever taken a day, Gabby, to look back at the picks from our Devy draft?
Oh, man. Listen, my Devy picks have me really considering what I was truly looking at when I made these picks. Holy cow. We'll get into it right now. We'll talk about it.
Man, okay, so listen. The first pick in the entire draft was DJ Buttway. DJ Buttway was the first pick in the draft. And guess what? Nico was trying his best to not sell him to Gianky. Giancarlo offered him packages. Giancarlo offered him Bo Nix. And what did he say? No, not enough for Lagway. Nico, you played yourself. But guess what? So did all us Gator fans. We played ourselves. But Gabby, Lagway is not even the worst pick in this draft. What was the second pick? Your boy Arch Manning. Any comments?
Oh my gosh. Listen, I will say, given recent weeks, I'm so much more excited about the future of Texas football. You could have asked me at about the second quarter of our Mississippi State game, and I would have given you a totally different answer. But Arch is looking. Listen, I made a deal to get Arch packaging Travis Hunter, and hear me out. I might have won that trade.
And but the good thing about Arch being so bad is that Nussmeier is worse. So Gabby got rid of Nuss, picked up Arch. Travis Hunter got hurt. It might work out for him, though. Travis is looking really, really good. And then we have the worst thing about draft day. And it's Johnny Phobes trading his third overall Devy pick. Third overall for Jordan Bet and take steroids Addison. I actually don't remember why he was suspended. It's got to be one of those two. For Jordan Addison, and who did Pastor Tyler take? Jeremiah Smith. The only good pick in that first round of the Devy draft. Gabby, commentary?
Listen, there has to be an investigation.
Yo,
If you,
oh God.
I need to tell you, the fact that this trade went through and nobody, listen, I'm not gonna say because of who was involved in the trade. I will say though, if I had made such a trade, that would have been vetoed. But besides that, listen, P. Tyler, you gotta respect the game. You gotta respect the hustle. I've never seen a man get fleeced this hard in probably my entire fantasy history.
And not only does he have Jeremiah Smith, he has Carnell Tate. The rest of his Devy picks, garbage PT. I'm sorry. Cade Klubnik, not him. TJ Moore, remains to be seen. Desmond Reed, 7th round running back, whatever. But you got Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate. All right, let's go through every team's Devy picks, all right? This is who Nico Libre ended up with. DJ Suckway, DJ Bootyway with his first pick. Justice Haynes from Michigan with his second pick. Great pick, Nico. That ended up being very good. Eugene Butson III, whose ankle injury just got him out for the rest of the season. Who cares? He was butt anyway and worse than two freshmen. Nico, I'm going to leave the Tennessee Volunteers for more money, but I suck Iava. Horrible pick. But Bryce Underwood, still a horrible pick because you have to wait 4 years for him. And he's taking up a spot because we only have 5 Devy picks. At least you got Justin Haynes. What do you think, Gabby?
Yeah, I mean, that Hayes pick is probably as good as it gets. I mean, you know, the rest are
carrying.
Oh man, I will tell you these quarterbacks this year have been very disappointing to say the least. So I can't blame him too much. But yeah, he probably should have gotten what he could have gotten out of Lagway.
He drafted 3, and we'll come up on another person who drafted more. But going in a row, on my spreadsheet, I have myself next. I drafted Nick Singleton first from Penn State, Nate Frazier from Georgia, Darius Taylor, running back from Minnesota, Nick Harbor, wide receiver from South Carolina. And with my last pick, what a snipe, Julian Sayin, the Heisman front runner. So that was my best pick. Nick Singleton, he should be good. I don't know why I drafted all these other random bums. Nate Frazier is pretty good in Georgia, so there's still hope because he's only a sophomore. And then Nick Harbor, I don't know if you know about Nick Harbor. He runs like a 4.2 and he's like 6'5", but he sucks at football. So I guess the idea is maybe
he's a runner. He's a track star.
He's just a track star. And so I guess, whatever. I'm sure the Raiders will draft him or something. So not much to say there. Julian saying good pick. The rest kind of butt, which is a running theme we're going to see with everybody else's picks except P. Tyler. All right, Ruben. First pick, Arch Manning. He traded him away. Got Garrett Nussmeier. Even worse. Okay. Second pick, Arizona State QB. Sam Levitt. Hurt. Coming back to college. Kind of a bad pick. Third pick, Denzel Boston. He's going to end up being a first-round wide receiver, it seems. He's on Washington. So that's pretty good. Dylan Raiola from Nebraska. Mahomes wannabe. We'll see. And John Mateer, which seemed like the best pick in the world the first half of the season, broke his thumb and has been absolute booty since then. Thoughts?
Yeah, listen, I will say, oh man, the John Mateer pick, I feel like still has some hope. But some of these other ones, I mean, Nuss, man, did he cost himself a bag by going back to college.
He didn't
Listen,
even pick him. You picked him.
I know,
Yeah,
but
you
hey,
chose
I
him.
was
That's
smart.
hilarious.
But I mean, there's still some hope. But yeah, some of these Debbys were much more name than substance.
Yeah, for real. All right, let's fire through the rest of these. All right, you're up next on my list because we already went through Pete Tyler. You have Arch Manning, Cam Coleman, great pick. Bryant Wesco, great pick. CJ Baxter, horrific pick. Jacoby Lane, kind of a bad pick too because Mekhi Lemon is the best one there. So what do you think about your draft?
I will say, okay, the Homer CJ Baxter pick will live with those every once in a while. But boy, does it hurt to know that I picked the wrong USC receiver, man.
Bro,
Lemon
imagine, bro.
has
Crazy.
lit up the college scene, and he's looking like a top flight pick.
Yeah,
What could have been, I would have
be
had
the first wide receiver. I don't know. I think that would be Tyson.
He's looking amazing. I would have had a very good trio of wide receivers, and Arch Manning, who listen, his name will get him somewhere for sure.
Yeah.
We'll just see how far that goes.
Facts. Okay, Montana's next. Montana, Ryan Williams, first pick. Started looking bad. He started to turn around. He seems like a generational talent, so that was safe pick. Drew Aller from Penn State. Man, him and Nuss are the same person. They ruined their stock by going back to college. Don't know what's going to happen with him. Third pick, Elijah Surratt from Indiana. Doing incredible in Indiana this year. I just don't know if he's going to project to be like a star in the NFL. We'll see. But it was his third pick. Kevin Concepcion from Texas A&M. Who would have guessed A&M would have been the best team in the SEC? That's looking to be a decent pick as well. And then his good pick, his best pick.
Oh, man, it hurts.
In the 5th round. That's actually crazy. When you look at Mekhi Lemon would be picked like in the first 5 picks if this was redone.
For sure.
So absolute steal. All right, Moke the Great, Chad. Running back, tight end. Jeremiah Love, absolute hit. First running back taken off in the draft for sure. And it was the first running back in this draft too, and he absolutely hit with that. His second pick, Mekhi Hughes. What a disappointment that guy has been in Oregon. He was supposed to light it up. I don't think he's playing. Like he's out.
He's out of Oregon.
Oh,
he transferred.
Right. Yeah,
he
right.
left Oregon. Yep. He couldn't even sniff a blade of grass with that Oregon backfield. And he said, listen, I should have stayed my butt in Toledo. So
Tulane.
Tulane
for real. All right. Third pick, Katron Allard, who has been the best running back in Penn State. So I drafted Nick Singleton with the first. They're kind of like a thunder and lightning. So Katron Allen's going to be good. Jonah Coleman. Absolute steal in the 4th round. He is killing it. He's projecting to be a 1st or 2nd round pick. So that was a good one, Chad. And then Eli Stowers from Vanderbilt, tight end. He was supposed to be incredible. He is still good. But the dude from Oregon, Sadiq, is like taking over. They think he's like the new Tyler Warren. We'll see. That was the only tight end taken in all of the Devy picks, which is pretty interesting to see. All right. Leak. Byron. Who did he pick? Jordan Tyson. First pick. Killed it. Second pick. Eric Singleton Jr. Not as good, but it's all right. Third pick. Mark Fletcher, the running back from Miami. Y'all need to stop doing homer picks. Anywho, he actually might be decent, but we'll see. Fourth pick. Zachariah Branch from Georgia. He's had a big decline. He was a huge prospect. We'll see if he makes some noise. He's just kind of little. At his last pick, QB out of Miami, Carson Beck. Lord, these homer picks from you guys. And we haven't even gotten into the worst homer of it all. Pastor Tyler, but it was Giancarlo. All right, Gabby. We've run through those.
Oh, man.
So you can give some commentary on your boys, Jonnie and Gianky. All right, Jonnie traded his first pick where Jeremiah Smith was available. Who did he pick with his second pick? Evan Stewart from Oregon. I'll let that sit a little bit. Third round, who did he pick? Jaden Greathouse from Notre Dame. Okay. Fourth round pick. This one was actually good. Dante Moore, University of Oregon. He picked the right QB. So shout out Jonnie for that, I guess. Fifth pick, Quintravion Wisner. Okay, he picked Quintravion Wisner from the University of Texas. And then his last pick was Caden Durham from LSU. That did not go as well as we thought it would, but LSU kind of sucks this year. So what are your thoughts on Johnny's pick and his rage bait with Quintravion Wisner?
Man, Wisner, listen, everybody knows it. I'm a big Longhorn, but Wisner has not had the year. I mean, Texas in general with that offensive line. So I can't be too mad or too down on him, but we'll see. Dante Moore he's kind of cooled off a little bit, but yeah, Jonnie might have secured himself his future quarterback, unless he gets drafted to the Browns, which,
that would be horrific for Jonnie. All right. And then lastly, what might be the worst draft in Devy history. Gianky knows football. Last place and a horrible Devy draft. Lenore Sellers, bust. Jaden Ball, great Florida running back, but he's not getting much hype, and he's a sophomore, so he has to wait a whole year. Ryan Wingo from the University of Texas, another rage bait pick. He might be good, but in 2027. Jaden Ott, running back Oklahoma, absolute bust. He still might get drafted because the NFL likes drafting these talented guys, whatever. And then lastly, Dallas Wilson from the University of Florida, freshman, doesn't come in until 2028, is probably transferring out, is lying about some injury. Gianky, what were you thinking, man?
Oh, brother. Listen, this Devy is just atrocious, man. I don't think the only prospect here who has a decent chance is probably I got nothing. Yeah, I got nothing. I mean, Sellers, maybe Sellers, if he transfers out and goes to a
Wilson or Wingo if they pan out, but it's too early to tell.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, with all that being said, this will be the longest Devy dive. We were just going over every single pick, and it's clear that the team best set up with their Devy is Team Tyler M. Howell. So salutes to you and salute for ripping off Jonnie in the middle of our draft by trading him Jordan Addison for the biggest generational wide receiver that we've seen since Calvin Johnson. So claps for you and claps for your draft. Okay. Into the next one. Boom or doom. Okay, boom or doom. What are we talking about? We're going over the sleeper awards for the week. And this week, like every other week, Nico's in the top 3. But he was not the top scorer. Ruben was. Big Penix Energy was the best team this week. And who do you think was the worst team, Gabby?
Listen, I might have to choose our boy Leak. I mean, he had a few guys who I'm glad we prefaced the podcast by saying, if you have nobody else to put, that's the only way. And oh boy, did Leak not have nobody he could even sniff at.
Leak scored 94 points. And Gianky wasn't too far behind with 104. So look, Nico's so lucky he drafted Jonathan Taylor. Dude is going crazy, dropped 48. Jahmyr Gibbs tried. He was in the 40s. You're not Taylor, bro. Sit down. 48. Trey McBride had a good, was the tight end of the week. Matthew Stafford was the quarterback with 26.9. That's on P. Tyler's team. And look, the least efficient manager was who? It was Leak. He left some points on the bench. Who was the most efficient? It was you, Gabby. And your max points was 132, so you would have lost to the top teams by 50 plus, but that's not what matters. And then Nico continues his streak of undefeatedness, and he blew me out by 50 points. I was starting Xavier Hutchinson. What do you want me to do? My whole team is on the IR. But that was your boom or doom. All right, now, Gabby, we're going to start this, our power rankings, okay? I'm going to give you who I actually think are the best and the worst teams, and then I want you to give me your power rankings. Sound good? All right. With number 10, I am going with Team Gianky Knows Football. This team's bad, and I agree that it's bad. Okay? With my 9th overall, I'm going to go with Darty Party Leak Season. He's named after Jackson Dart. Bro, I have Jackson Dart, all right? Pipe down. You are number 9 on my list. All right. Number 8. Sorry. Number 8, I'm going with Team Vibe Checks, Team We Suck. You got a big win this week, but you're tanking wrong. And you only scored 1277. That's crazy work. Okay. Number 7, I have Team Jonnie Knows Football. Now, he should be better than this. He used AI, but he's not. So he's number 7. All right, number 6, I have, in my power rankings, Team Tyler M. Howell. Right now, he has the most points scored against him. That's annoying. He's out of the playoffs right now as we speak. Gabby snuck in with the 4 and 6. We'll see how that plays out. With the 5th overall, I got to be honest. I agree. I think that I am the 5th best team due to injuries. I'm at 3rd on the leaderboards, but I'm going with 5th. Then I have Team Moke the Great at 4. Team Big Penix Energy at 3. Montana at number 2. And Who Can Stop Nico at number 1, 10 and 0. That is your commissioner's power rankings. Gabby, what are your power rankings?
Listen, we don't veer too far off, but I gotta put my foot in my mouth here. I'm gonna be honest. My biggest issue, we're pretty much step and lock, but I do not believe that Nico is the number 1 team. Hear me out. I know it sounds blasphemous with his team and how badly Jonathan Taylor is carrying them. But here's my point that I want to bring up. Come playoff time, you know that the Colts are going to rear my man in and tell him, you got to take it easy. You've carried us this far, and sit him down. And those few final games that are playoff games, he might not have my boy available to him with the amount of carries that he's carrying. So the problem I have with Nico's team is JT has carried him this far, but that's the problem with running backs. They got to rest them for the playoffs. And coincidentally, those are the money games. So I actually believe that the team most positioned to win is going to be our boy Montana. His team is consistent, and it's not too top heavy. So I'm going to actually say that my top 3 changed with the fact that I have Montana as the team at number 1 with consistency. I know the records don't show that, but hear me out. I think that is what's going to happen.
Okay. Yeah, Montana's trying to assemble the retirement home and win one last run. And hey, man, I'm pulling for him. We'll see what will happen. And then we transition into basically our last segment. It's an open mic rant. Gabby, if you have anything you want to rant off for a minute, this is your chance. The floor is yours.
All right. Here's my rant. All right. I thought that my tank would be unparalleled. I thought that I had a clear path to getting our boy Mendoza with that number 1 pick and starting off the year hot. And then I realized, oh my gosh, Gianky sucks so bad that I can't even pretend to suck as well as he does. And I do not have a chance in heck to catch up to how badly he sucks without trying. So unfortunately, I'm probably going to end up with the top 3 or 4 pick, and I'll have to do some research on that. But man, Gianky Knows Football is the ultimate irony. And I just going to have to live with the fact that I'm being out-tanked. And Gianky would have a great career in Philly with the way that he's coining tanking.
That's a great open mic rant. Listen, I don't disagree with it at all. In fact, I have one thing to say. When I drafted, it was for a full tank this season. And even with all my injuries, I'm somehow in third place. You guys have to lock in. Your teams are garbage. You need to lock in. Montana 8-2, Nigo 11-0, garbage. Y'all need to lock in. Okay, open rant over. That was the podcast. Into our intro, the 2-minute warning. Listen, we talked today. We talked about our Devy. We set reminders, set your lineups, and it's also trade deadline. I want to see some trades this week. Play with honor. Hey, tank with honor, but do it with honor. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Gabby, for joining us today. And that's it. We're signing off with the Devy Dynasty Report.